d'apprentissage de la langue anglaise, ILM, 6 à Lambani, près de la station TMI. FIM FM 95.3, Newsmag, le magazine du décryptage de l'actualité de la semaine en langue anglaise. Newsmag avec Ousmane Kamara, Aïssatou Diallo et Mamadou Ribari.
To GMT, spunky and brand new Friday. Of course, today happens to be the 27th of October 2023. To God be the glory for great things He has done. You live on 95.3 FM. This is Newsmag. I am Abubakar Billy Boogie together with my co-host Aïssatou Diallo. How are you, Aïssatou?
I am fine and I'm happy to be back again. Last week I was absent. I'm so sorry for that. But ladies and gentlemen, here I am this week.
Okay, special thanks also goes to my producer Mamadou Toure for holding us down. Well, of course, today in your segment Decryptage, we shall talk about the importance of computer studies with a special man in the house. He's called Mohamed Toure. He's a computer scientist. Welcome, Mohamed.
Welcome. Thank you, Ross.
All right. In the meantime, let's get the show on the road. Welcome.
Thank you, my dear.
Newsmag, une coproduction de FIM FM et du Centre d'apprentissage de la langue anglaise, ILM, 6 à Lambani, près de la station TMI. Newsmag, le round-up.
All right, Newsmag, the roundup. Ladies and gentlemen, the UK Embassy in Guinea is celebrating the 40th anniversary of the Achieving Graduate Scholarship. An event will take place today, Friday, 27 October 2023, at the Ambassador's residence in Kolea. Madina Charm, a former Achieving Scholarship holder, tells us more about this event. Let's listen to Madina Charm.
Celebrating this anniversary under the theme 40 Years of Excellence is an opportunity to recognize the incredible gains made throughout the program's journey, to recognize the impact and achievement made by alumni, but also to look forward to the program's future and the new opportunities it may create for us Guineans. It's also an opportunity for us to emphasize that Guinea has the potential to secure additional places by putting forward quality candidates and have more founding partners on board.
Let's again listen to her as she tells us the importance, the significance of this day.
So to accompany the theme 4 years of excellence, we chose the sub-theme Living for Studies and Returning to Contribute to Guinea's Development. It is critical that as we reflect on the past and how far we have come, we also look forward and emphasize what is at stake for our country in terms of human capital development, but also economic development. So Chevening has been a symbol of academic excellence and leadership development for several decades. We have invited representatives of government in Guinea, of private sector, and civil society to set the tone for future leaders, policymakers, influencers, youth, and even employers who are passionate about shaping a better future for Guinea through education, leadership, and skill development. We are also hoping that this event of celebration of 40 years of excellence will inspire the potential candidate present and others embark on the Chevening journey in order to further their education and, most importantly, to come home and serve their country.
All right, Bill.
All right, Senegal and Guinea have imposed restriction on overseas travel for their respective ministers.
Senegalese President Macky Sall and Guinea's junta leader Mamadi Doumbouya have both decreed that ministers must confine themselves within their own countries. In Senegal, the government has appointed ambassadors who represent ministers at international meetings that they would typically attend, and this decision aims to curtail the financial costs associated with travel, ultimately saving government funds, as reported by the Senegalese Daily Observer. And similarly, in Guinea-Conakry, junta leader Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya has taken immediate action by placing a ban on ministerial travel and requiring ministers to surrender their passports. And these measures are implemented with the objective of managing government expenses and prudently.
Additionally, similar to the project during his stay in Guinea, Rio Tinto CEO is delighted with rapid and visible progress.
Jacob Stockholm, the CEO of Rio Tinto, is currently in Guinea to personally observe the latest developments in the Simandou mining project and its associated infrastructure. Shortly after arriving in Conakry, Tuesday. He visited the Rio Tinto headquarters located in Camayen on the north corniche of the capital Conakry before heading to the mining site of the construction camp in Baila. Jacob Strasholm expressed his satisfaction with being in Guinea, where he stated, I quote, our world-class iron ore mine in the Simandou mountain range is rapidly taking shape, while on site the Rio Tinto CEO indicated that he is impressed by the rapid and visible progress on the mine, as well as the railway and port infrastructure. He emphasized that Simandou is an essential project for Rio Tinto, adding, I quote, it will complement our existing iron ore portfolio, enabling the production of low-carbon green steel, a key element of energy transition. He also mentioned that this project holds significant importance for Guinea as it generates revenue, creates jobs, and stimulates the economy for generations to come.
Also, for the CEO of Rio Tinto, the Simandou project has the potential to be transformative for Guinea. He considers it as a privilege to have the opportunity to contribute to the future of this inspiring country by bringing to life a unique and historic project.
The visit of the CEO of the Anglo-Australian mining giant to Guinea comes at a time when the Simandou project is rapidly advancing and has achieved several crucial milestones in recent months. In August 2023, Rio Tinto Simfa reached an agreement with its partners, the winning consortium Simandou and the Guinean government, formalizing the joint venture that will develop and operate the Trans-Guinean infrastructure of the Simandou project. In September, WCS and Rio Tinto signed an investment agreement to enable the partners to continue the ongoing development of the project.
Moreover, the Shelter Africa Development Bank in Guinea signed a memorandum of understanding to boost the supply of affordable housing in the country.
The Shelter Africa Development Bank has concluded the signing of a memorandum of understanding with the government of the Republic of Guinea to collaborate on projects aimed at addressing the housing deficit and improving living conditions in Guinea. The memorandum of understanding was signed in Conakry by the CEO of Shelter Africa Development Bank, Cherno Habib Harn, and El Hajj Ibrahim Khalil Konde, General 2nd Division, Minister of Urbanism, Housing and Territory Planning, in charge of the recovery of state dispossessed lands. As part of this agreement, Shelter Africa Development Bank will provide consultancy and technical assistance services to the Guinean government and assist in creating a framework for housing projects, including the development of a strategic plan to reduce the housing deficit, defining transaction and financing models for housing projects.
Furthermore, I said to Mr. Han commended the government of the Republic of Guinea for taking a bold step to address the housing shortage in the country, emphasizing that the success of the project will serve as a remarkable reference for public-private partnership in combating the housing crisis throughout Africa.
Sheltered Africa Development Bank is a pan-African institution dedicated exclusively to financing and promoting housing, urban development, and related infrastructure across the African continent. The SHAFDB operates within a partnership involving 44 African governments, as well as the African Development Bank and the African Reinsurance Corporation. As a leading provider of financial solutions, consultancy, and research, SHAFDB focuses on addressing the housing crisis in Africa through financial institutions, project managing, project financing, and public-private partnerships, aiming to achieve sustainable development impact.
Again, the National Transitional Council, CNT, adopts the bill on the identification of individuals and the civil status regime.
During a plenary session held on Wednesday, October 25 in the hemicycle, the National Council has proceeded to the examination and adoption of the bills on the identification of individuals in the Republic of Guinea and the civil status regime in the Republic of Guinea. In the presence of Prime Minister Dr. Bernard Goumou, accompanied by members of his government, the bills on the identification of individuals in Guinea and the civil status regime in the Republic of Guinea were adopted by the 63 national councillors present at this plenary session, initiated by the Minister of Territorial Administration and Decentralization. These bills were examined by the Constitutional Commission, Organic Laws, Public Administration, and Judicial Organization of the CNT.
Besides, according to Minister Julian Yombono, the state needs 6,700 civil servants.
Upon taking office as the minister responsible for labor and the civil service, Minister Julian Yombono initiated a comprehensive operation to clean up the roster of public administration employees. More than 2 years after the CNRD came to power, a public service entrance examination is in the process of being organized. The Minister of Labor and Public Training has indicated that the state needs to recruit 67,935 new civil servants. An examination will take place on November 25 and 26, 2023. By then, the online registration and document submission platform platform will be open to candidates from November 1 to November 21. Bill, let's move on with the Africans. No, we're going to
Décryptage.
Okay, let's take a break first.
Newsmag, une coproduction de FIM FM et du Centre d'apprentissage de la langue anglaise ILM, 6 à Lambani, près de la station TMI. Newsmag, décryptage.
All right, Bill, the second part of Newsmag, ladies and gentlemen, for you, Decryptage, I turn on to you, Bill.
Yeah, exactly, Aisha. So today we're going to be talking about the importance of computer studies with Mohamed Toure. Welcome again, Mr. Mohamed.
Thank you, my bro.
Okay.
And then I'll be taking up the first question.
All right, let's go.
Okay, Mr. Toure, welcome in Newsmag once again.
Thank you.
Can you start by telling us a bit about yourself and about your background as a computer teacher?
Sure. So I go by the name of Mohamed Toure. For those 4 years, I've been working as an IT general teacher. All right, and I have some background in IT method applied to business management. That's called in French MIAGE.
Okay.
With a degree from University Kofi Annan University, and I also have my master's degree in the information system, big data and data analysis that I also got from the same university, Kofi Annan.
Okay.
And then I think that's what got me into that field. I think that's clear.
Mr. Toure, what exactly motivated your institute to focus on computer education?
In fact, when you look at environment, and then currently when you are looking for work, whatever, no matter the field that you want to work in, you need to know something when it's come to the computer science. That's why, and then we have so many, let's say, group and so many schools that are really working on it. And then we also we knew that we can do something. We could have done something in it, and that's why we tried to implement so many new things, and then to teach really it should be done, because we are in this competitive world.
We're in the 21st century and the digital age.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Bill.
Yeah, so what type of courses and programs do you offer, and what is the range of skills level that your institute caters to people?
All right, when it's come to classes, all right, the software that we give is from the basic to the high level.
Okay.
When it's come to the basic, what I mean by the basic is that, currently for the small things, we know at least you need to know the office, what you call back office. We have 6 softwares inside, from typing to know how to type, instead of looking at the keyboards with the precision.
So if I go to your school right now, I should be able to type without looking at the keyboard.
You should trust us, and for sure.
Okay.
Within 2 weeks. Seriously.
Within 2 weeks.
Seriously. You cannot believe it, but when you go, you have so many students who have been there. And
that's an intense course, though.
I can see that he's a very strict teacher at ELM.
Yeah.
All right. So now, from those basic classes, we also have the top levels. What I mean by top levels is, for instance, you have already those backgrounds, and you want to be really at the top. You need to come there, and we have all the languages that you need to learn in order to have the computer science to be the computer scientist. All right, we have the Java, PHP, whatever. No matter the level that you want, when you go there, you have it. Okay, give everything.
All right. So, what are some of the common challenges that students face when learning about computer technology in your school?
I think the challenges is first of all linked to the environment.
The environment.
We are in Guinea. Things are not really easy.
Okay.
So most of the people, they go to find work. Okay. Over there, they ask them to at least show something that they've got in order to be heard. All right. They come to us, and then most of the challenges that we face is that they are here, they want to learn, but they don't have that amount of money to be really ready right now. So what we do is that we let them come in, okay? We just let them come in. We give them time. By the time they're learning, they look for something in order at the end to make sure that they can, let's say, pay the fee in order to keep going.
That is like facilitating the payment for,
yes, of course.
For those who can't afford to pay.
Yeah, of course.
That's what you do at ELM.
Yeah.
Okay, Billa.
So I would like to know, is it compulsory for your students to to keep learning? When they come in class, you give them exercises. So when they go back home, they have to apply the same exercise.
that's what we normally should do, but it's not like that. That's not how it goes. The fact is that we have so many people who basically come, they don't have computers. So you cannot tell them that once home to work on something. But at least we have classes and we have computers there. At any time you want, you can come in, do what you have to do. But something is clear. Any software that you learn, before passing to the next one, you have to present something. Like we give you something, you work on it 1-2 weeks, you come present it. When it's okay, we let you continue.
Okay, Mr. Toure, in a competitive field like computer education, what sets your institute ELM apart from others, and what unique learning experiences do you provide to your students?
Okay, first of all, is linked to the choice of teachers.
Okay.
All the teachers are of there, they have experience. That's the first one. And then all the students who come, once you step in, for instance, we have some students when they come, they just ask, how much time I could have learned that's computer science. I just want to spend 3 months. They come, they don't focus on what you have to. And then over there, that's not the case. Once you're in, until you make it okay, otherwise you're there. You can be there for 3 months, but you can spend 6 months. So we never give our certificate to someone who basically doesn't make the thing okay.
So like you just said that 3 months to 6 months. Okay.
3 months to 6 months.
Yeah, okay.
You can even go beyond.
So how about, like, do they have to pay again?
No. Once you pay in, once you pay for something, you keep working until you make it.
Okay.
You don't basically give short time.
That's interesting.
It's not the fact of time, the fact of getting what you've come for.
Okay.
Right?
And in today's world, why is computer education so crucial?
Because computer is really linked to everything.
Okay.
That's clear. Right now here we are in the studio. We're trying to, let's say, broadcast. Whatever we're doing, internet, computer, those mics, everything is linked. And then even not those kind of things, when you yourself, you're working, you have your phone, you're working, you have a small business, you have to be upgrading things. You have to be keeping things for so long. When you write thing on your papers, when like you can misbehave it, all right? But most of the time, when you have it in your computer, you can keep it. So why not learning computer for you to be keeping your things for the long period of time?
So do you guys also train hackers?
Of course, not really. we don't really teach people how to hack, but we teach them how to prevent themselves to not be hacked.
Okay.
All right. That's the security.
Okay.
Most of the people before they learn that, they come with, I want to be one of the
expert
hackers. I want to be an expert to be hacking people. But when we teach you, we try to change your mentality. At the end, you shift your idea. Instead of being a hacker, of course, you become someone who basically provide people security. Okay,
Mr. Toure, could you share some success stories of students who have graduated from your institute?
Of course.
Okay.
You have so many people.
Okay.
You are one of the examples, right? You have one of the examples. Up there, you learned English with us and also computer and you as class. You know that one?
Okay.
As class. We won't let you go until you come and finish it. Okay? So, and let me just narrate a story, a short story. We had someone who came with his son. Okay, he wanted his son to register and then learn computer. Just 2 months, he decided to come because the way he saw his son doing things,
performance,
he came and let's say followed the same class with his son. Do you believe it?
Wow.
He followed the same class with his.
That happened at ELM.
Of course, at ELM, yes, of course.
Wow.
Okay.
They're there, and then still, and then at the end, maybe at the end of this, let's say the next week, inshallah, they'll be presenting. So you can be there and follow because you have to.
Yeah.
I owe them a class.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sure. I think I also join. I would love to join, definitely.
We'll be happy.
He's so strict,
very
right?
happy. We're really happy to be with you there, to have you there.
Yeah.
We're really happy.
Okay,
Yeah.
And then I want to make it sure that you pass by.
Okay.
You enjoy it.
Okay.
Mr. Toure, is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners about the importance of computer education and why people should choose ELM for their computer studies?
When it's come to let's take this one from the last part, okay? ILM over there, the school is for everybody.
Okay.
When you want to, you have ideas, we welcome you. When you want to learn, not the fact of having time. You want to learn on in a short period of time, the place is okay. And you also want to have basic things, big ideas, let's say, to be really good in the competitive world. ILM is also there. And or something, when you finish a software, before passing to the next way, you have to present something. You don't just give, don't just let access to people to pass forward. No, you have to present something, and that's not going to be just between you, the student and teachers. No, the audience is there. All the students are there watching you, let's say following you, and you also have the administration. They come, they follow. At the end, if they think that you're okay, we let you continue.
Okay.
You can finish with the words. Not, of course, for you, you have done it, but you cannot continue with the Excel, for instance, until you make it, you present something. It can be the CV, a kind of certificate that you work on your on the thing. And at the end of all the training, we give you at least 2-3 weeks. You go to companies, try to basically find, or let's say, information to create your own database that you have to present for you to be having our certificate.
Yeah.
Okay, Bill, I think this is the end of today's edition of Newsmark. We just have to thank you very much for accepting our invitation.
All the pleasure's mine.
And the questions as well. It was a pleasure having you, though. So,
Yeah.
Bill, this is the end of today's edition of Newsmark.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
And Mamadou Touré is on the technical side. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always a pleasure being with you. Next week, Friday, of course, another edition of Newsmark. Until then, always be good. Goodbye.
News